Welcome in, guys. My name's Kat. This is my channel, Pure Premonitions, where we make more magic. So, I've been busy as usual for the last few days, but I always do a twin flame reading weekly, so it's coming to you right now. I also felt like the energy just needed to be cleared. So earlier I did some spell work within my house. I cleansed the energy. I saged things. I brought out my crystals. I rearranged things. So we've got new energy moving and brewing. And let's get some sound healing going too. So take a nice deep breath in. And exhale, let it go. Two more deep breath in. And exhale, let it out. And final one. Set your intention for this reading. That's some strong energy up in here. Good. Space is cleansed, your heart is pure. And at least for the next 30 minutes, we are taking our mind off of everything happening throughout the world because it's crazy. But anywho, what's going on in your love life? So, whether you are already in a twin flame union, or you think you know your twin flame or your soulmate, maybe you're just seeking to meet your twin flame or soulmate. Any of the above applies to you. If you don't know what a twin flame is, maybe this is not your reading, but maybe this is the first time you've ever heard about it, and this is your calling into the awakened path. So welcome. Anyhow, ask your questions. I pick up intuitively on your energy, and then we see what kind of cards I pull for your love life. Okay, so as I shuffle, you guys are just asking these questions to yourself or out loud, doesn't matter. And let's see what comes up for you. Ooh, energy's a little sticky, right? So we're being blocked. Something's blocked here. You may be in a separation, or things in your union are being blocked somehow. Or again, maybe you don't even know your person yet and it's being blocked. But let's see what's coming up for us. Okay, take it how it resonates. Remember, all roles can be reversed. So if I'm talking about you and it doesn't resonate, maybe I'm talking about your person, or vice versa. And if I'm talking about feminine or masculine energy, roles can also be reversed there. We all have feminine and masculine energies, no matter how you identify. Okay, let's see. This is it. So what's going on in my collective's twin flame union? So this is our present situation, our what's at hand. This is the energy or obstacle that you're facing right now. Okay, we're in a transition. So we've got the Six of Swords. Sword energy is always a clearing mentally. Mentally, we had a lot of stuff going on. This is our card of movement. It is balance, but it's in transition. Like, you're coming into balance. So you're obviously not going to feel it right now, and that's okay. This is like a releasing card. You obviously had a lot of baggage that you were trying to carry into this union or on this path, and that's just not going to happen, right? It's too heavy. You've got to change your old ways. We've got to leave that baggage behind and move forward. It might be a moving on card. So if you did find yourself in separation, one or both parties could be moving forward right now. What you don't really recognize is that emotionally things are rocky right now. I mean, you do recognize that, but what you don't recognize is that in the far ahead position, and it's not even that far ahead of you, The waters definitely get calmer. So I'm going to show you here. Notice how right down here, like the forefront of the situation, the waters seem pretty rocky. But over here in the future, things are calm. They're smooth sailing. You do have a lot of swords in the boat, though. That's going to weigh you down. That's heavy. That's the baggage. And, you know, we definitely don't want swords piercing through our journey, right? That's going to, if you have a hole in the boat, that's not going to get you very far. So let those metaphors sink in however they need to. But this is telling you that you're very empathic and you have the solutions. You just need to tap into this healing and release what needs to be released in order to find your way and find this path forward. Any air signs are relevant. This is ruled by Aquarius, though, this particular card. So that's the overall situation. So I'm sensing that within this transition, somebody's trying to move on, move forward. It's hard for the other party to release this excess baggage, and leaving your person in this situation behind is difficult, right? There could be a child involved in this situation, but you're definitely not in your happiest state right now. Somebody's like cloaking themselves emotionally. You see this person. They are very closed off, trying to guard themselves emotionally, and you know, you're just in a cocoon when you don't feel too great and you're in like a depressive state. You're in that kind of energy. But somebody's steering you. Somebody is helping you along this path. Okay. Let's see what's going on. What happened in our recent past? So what was affecting this present situation? The Queen of Wands energy. All right. So it's like you used to be in your confident, independent state. There was a lot of courage and there used to be focus and this like love and zest for life. You were determined to find this joy. Black cats could be relevant. Sunflowers could be relevant. Lions as well. So a lot of Leo energy coming up for me. This is ruled by water and fire. So Pisces and Leo in particular, Aries also. But the Queen of Wands, like you were definitely in your power before, but obviously not so much anymore after this, after somebody decided to move on. And, you know, you feel left behind and this is a lot of baggage to carry and to release that you're going to need to in order to get that courage and confidence back. Okay. And then our present situation. So this could be like your immediate challenge. What's influencing you right now in the present moment? The Knight of Pentacles, but in reverse. So you're feeling stuck. You may be a bit of a perfectionist and like you're feeling like you put in a lot of work without any reward. So you were hoping obviously for there to be a success and you know, rewarded, so to speak, within this relationship and union, but you put in all of that effort and work for it not to work out. So of course you're feeling stuck and not as positive as you once were. Somebody could have been bored or needing to focus on their self-discipline. Earth and air energy. Somebody was flighty. Because usually the Knight of Pentacles, the Knight is somebody that comes in with this foundation and stability of the Pentacle, whether it's correlated to love or finances, it's foundation, right? And they obviously didn't have that or weren't able to give it. Yeah, they focus on other responsibilities. They put their discipline and hard work into something else, possibly their career instead of this love life. And that left you feeling stuck in the mud. And like you put in a lot of effort into something that just didn't work out currently. And that's your immediate challenge, to face those emotions. Okay, and then immediate future. We have the Ace of Wands. So there is a new opportunity coming in. I don't know if it's correlated to this particular relationship, but I'll keep pulling. You are meant to step into your alpha energy. You're meant to recognize that you have the power to desire and manifest anything, right, that you want to bring in. You have the willpower. But yes, there is a really beautiful potential new beginning here, or new opportunities for growth. So you're meant to grow spiritually. You're meant to grow into your path of your purpose. I love the Ace of Wands. It's literally like a hand from the heavens is coming through, presenting you with your purpose, with your power, right? The witch is getting their wand. And there's a castle in the back, and it's very abundant. The hills are rolling with greenery. There's a nice, beautiful river leading the path to the mountainscape, which mountains always represent success. So this opportunity will lead you to a lot of abundance. Maybe you're going to, live somewhere where there's castles, or get a new house. This new project or new inspiration, like you're meant to get creative with this new opportunity and step into a leadership role, pioneering some kind of ambitions. Okay, a lot of fire energy coming up. So any Sag, Aries, or Leos, these are super prevalent for you. Also, my water and air signs. Earth too, so we've got everybody showing up here. Let's see, I want to pull one more. Potential outcome. Okay, so for this foreseeable future, you're still dissatisfied. There's a need to work on your internal happiness. You're lacking this inner joy. We've got the 9 of Cups, but in reverse. So water signs, Pisces again is super relevant. And the 9, you're meant to be in this completion stage, but you haven't fully completed the lesson that you're meant to learn from this. There's a bit of smugness here. Yeah, you're super just dissatisfied, even though you have a lot to be happy and optimistic about, but there's still some kind of suffering here. This could be an overindulgence. Somebody could be drinking a lot or focusing on materialism rather than the soul journey of happiness, finding it in the heart space. If obviously this love union didn't work out, that makes sense that you're not feeling completed and happy fully, but you need to be grateful for these other new opportunities of growth here. This whole lesson had to happen for a reason. So don't be smug about the lesson, Try to find the strength and optimism within it. Okay, let's keep going. I'm going to pull an oracle deck. So again, you just keep asking your questions and I'll see if anything comes up. Please do me a favor, guys. I hate to be that person to be like, subscribe, share, because I just do this for the love of it and the passion that I have for divination. But I've been recognizing that by speaking my own mind, I'm probably getting censored. And some card came up. Obscurity. Yeah, there's secrets, mysteries. Somebody's concealing something. But yeah, so I've recognized that I'm not getting as many likes and views. Like I used to have at least a few hundred, and a few of my posts went really popular. But then now I'm getting like 20 to under 100 views. So I'm really feeling like somebody's flagged me because I'm a witch and I speak my mind. But If you help me and our collective, then that can keep pushing out these messages for you guys. And yeah, so like it, subscribe it, hype your girl up so I can keep doing what I'm doing for you guys. Anywho, we've got some moon energy going on, which we're in a waxing gibbous right now. So this is the time, if you're going to do any spell work, to call in what you desire. Waning is for releasing, waxing is for calling in. And we're about to have our full moon. So I'm feeling like there's still some secrets. There's still some mystery behind this love situation. Somebody's been concealing their true feelings, but that will be revealed by the time you have the next full moon. So I like that. Okay. And anytime cards just pop out at me, I always pull a second. But that's what's happening behind the scenes with this transition of you moving forward. And when I say moving on, it doesn't mean that you have to stop loving your person, but you are meant to move forward and focus on you and find your passions, your purpose, and call in this magic for your path. And then when you fully step into being a whole sovereign being, that's when love can come back to you, right? Or come in if it was never there in the first place and you're still searching for your soulmate, your twin flame. So let's keep going. Okay, what's at hand? Yeah, you're in conflict right now. There's still a clashing of energies, of emotions. There's differences. It could be an incompatibility for right now. The oceans are crashing in, so you kind of feel like you're just being tumbled around emotionally. You could really want this union, your other person is saying otherwise, or vice versa. But there is some kind of conflict. But obviously what's hidden is this obscurity. So there is still a mysterious concealing of something with these differences. Yeah, I'm just not getting the incompatibility vibe. I'm feeling like somebody's got some secrets around that. Okay. And our recent past over the Queen of Wands, you've been stressed. Both of you guys have been stressed. This is a very turbulent time. There's tensions, and you guys could have had some arguments. I'm sorry about that. And I definitely resorted to crying because this card is showing this feminine is outside, it's raining, and they're covering themselves emotionally. They have a red umbrella up so you can't see their face, but their pants are letting me know there's diamonds encrusted down the pants, and it looks very much so like tears. So I really feel like the feminine in this situation, or who's ever connecting with this feminine energy, has been very stressed and more emotionally. Both people are feeling this tension. You know, if there is an argument, for sure, both people feel the tension and turbulence. But I'm feeling really that the feminine is more in their emotions with this. But it's because she's passionate. Look at this red umbrella. Red is for passion. It's a lot of stress that came in when there is this clashing of differences in this transition, when somebody wanted to move forward without their person. Okay, and over the Knight of Pentacles, you're both gaining this perspective, though. Remember how I said somebody's recognized that they needed to work on their own self-discipline. Both parties were feeling stuck. And like you were putting a lot of work in and it just wasn't seeming like it was working out. So somebody thought maybe that they were better off, or that you were better off without them, and they knew that they had to journey off in solidarity to find their happiness and to clear their headspace. We have a beautiful sunset. So sunsets could be significant to you guys. Maybe you guys watch sunsets together, but now they're watching that sunset alone on the shores. Remember, we had these this conflict here, but the waves felt like they were crashing in. and they just had to get away to calm those waves a bit. Okay. And in our immediate future, so I always like to say immediate future is next few days, next couple of weeks, could be a little longer than that, but it's usually immediate. They're still feeling trapped. You're still feeling trapped, stuck, tied down, captive to this. And that's really hard when you're feeling this trapped, to be inspired and to recognize that you have the willpower and the manifestation power and potential to gain whatever it is that you desire. It's hard to feel like you can start a new beginning, or that there's opportunities for you here when you're being tied down. But there is growth through this. We've got a cobweb. And look at, it's totally wet, so it had been rained on. So yeah, a lot of heavy emotions here. Somebody's definitely been crying and feeling trapped within their emotional state. But I promise you, it is leading towards growth. And in our potential outcome, so likely outcome for the whole situation. There's new beginnings, but you don't feel like there's a new beginning in this. You're meant to try again. You're meant to try again. There's a beautiful red rose here. And again, it was rained on. Like through the storms, you find growth, right? There's a new direction, right? Through this perspective, you're heading in a new direction. And I like this because even though this person's very sad and in their feelings, they're not recognizing that both parties are moving in the same direction. One of them's just slightly behind, but it almost is like the masculine is knowing what direction that they need to take forward and taking action towards that, whereas the feminine is kind of just coasting. That's the energy I'm picking up on. But you're meant to start over. And I wouldn't say with somebody new, this is a new direction, but it says try again. It says try again and start over with beginnings. And we had multiple cards for new beginnings. The Ace of Wands in our immediate future, even though somebody's feeling trapped and stuck in this emotional state because there's water. Water's equal emotions. There is a potential new beginning here. There's totally a new beginning. So through this transition, it's almost like you had to allow it to leave and move on, move forward without you. But remember, you guys are heading in the same direction, whether it's together or not. And eventually you're meant to experience this new beginning and try again. Okay, let's keep going. Let's keep going. I love that. Whew, 23 minutes already. I just talk and talk and talk. Okay. For our what's at hand? What's at hand for my twin flame awakened ones? What is the path for my twin flames? Where are they heading towards? And are they going there together? For my what's at hand? What's at hand? Page of Swords. There's a curious energy here. You're meant to have some kind of communication. It's like you guys are finding new information, or you're intrigued with new information. This is the air sign, and it's ruled by swords. So yeah, the suit of swords ruled by air. You guys, there is this curious wit about you. And either one or both parties is trying to find this mental clarity and to come in to find the words. The page is always about a messenger. So somebody is trying to find the ability to communicate. So I like that. There has to be this change, though, through this transition, through the clashing differences, that conflict. Remember, there's still this obscurity here that we didn't see. There's still some secrets. There's a concealing of something. And I really feel like this Page of Swords is going to come in and bring some kind of clarity with communication. The conflict could be that there's gossip. They've got somebody in their ear, a friend or a family member, some kind of third-party person kind of keeping them away from this communication or finding out the information that they needed to. That third-party energy could be keeping them in the conflict, thinking that there's this incompatibility. But again, with this obscurity card, I'm really feeling like there's a secret here that wasn't told. Okay, and in the recent past, we have the Ten of Cups. We had this in our recent past last reading. There's so much happiness in this collective. You guys really experienced like the feeling that this was the one. This was the person that you saw yourself being able to get married to have children with. There was this emotional stability that happened right off the bat. There was like harmony and romance and love and light. You really saw yourself being able to start a family with this person. And that stressed them out. That stressed them out. It stressed one of the parties out initially. And the other person, it gave them confidence. It gave them courage to keep moving forward with that zest for life. But there was a lot of independence and focus here. And maybe that also stressed out the other party and created some tensions if they didn't, if they weren't in that same role of independence and courage, right? So the feminine, since it's the Queen of Wands, I'm really picking up on the feminine was in her power previously. And the masculine, if he wasn't in his power, then that stressed him out, seeing that the feminine was like ready and he wasn't. So yeah, that created some tensions and some arguments and some emotions that came up where there were some tears that happened. But it stemmed from passion because we've got that red umbrella. And underlying, this is really what I'm feeling I'm picking up on in the obscurity card. The secrets, the concealing, the mysteries was that like through the tensions and the arguments, both parties really felt this Ten of Cups energy. Both parties felt the emotional harmony, that deep connection there. And over this perspective card, the Page of Cups. So currently, like your immediate challenge right now is that somebody wants to come through with this Page of Cups and give this message of love. The Page of Cups is the dreamer, almost with this like naivety of just moving forward with blind faith, like crush energy, like, oh my goodness, they just, their inner child in them sees the joy and the happiness and the harmony, and they've got their head in the clouds and they just want to move forward towards this. But that is still the challenge right now, that they're finding this perspective. They're having to clear their headspace. And they thought that they were better off in solidarity, finding this happiness. And once they find that internal happiness on their own, they're still going to recognize, like, but where's the love? I need to come forward and present this Page of Cups message of love. I believe that that's what the Page of Swords communication is about. Because if our What's at Hand card is the Page of Swords, like they're trying to find the mental clarity of how this communication can come through, and they're finding this perspective currently through self-discipline and trying to move out of feeling stuck into the Page of Cups with this this innocent love, this innocent message of love. I really feel strongly that a message is going to come through to you sooner than later. This secret that's being hidden right now will be revealed by the full moon. So be mindful of that. And over this trapped energy, but there's still a new opportunity for growth here in the future, immediate future. The Six of Swords. So somebody really has to leave behind that baggage. They've got to move forward. There's still some distance ahead, I'm not going to lie. In order to get out of these stuck emotions, feeling tied down, you have to move forward. You've got to leave something behind. Someone, one of the parties, may feel like they need to leave you behind in order to feel untrapped, to move towards this new potential beginning. So that's why I do feel like for right now, that in the immediate future, there is some distance ahead. But remember, in the potential outcome for the overall energy, we still have a new beginning coming. Somebody's trying again, starting over in a new direction. So what is this new beginning for the overall outcome? The Seven of Swords. They're hiding. They're avoiding their feelings. They're even lying about them. There's still some kind of deception here or some trickery. And that's obviously leading to this Nine of Cups in reverse energy. Why they're feeling this lack of internal joy, because they're lying to themselves, because they have this mask on, but it's making them blue. You know, they're still sad internally. The mask is blue. They're lacking this inner happiness. They're overindulging potentially, like I said before. There's this internal dissatisfaction. They're really trying to hide and avoid this new beginning. Heavily. They're heavily trying to mask and hide from this new beginning. They're very confused right now. They're thinking maybe that this new direction, starting over, the only way to start over is by hiding and avoiding, but that's never the answer, to lie about how you really feel or to hide from your feelings and emotions, to avoid them. That's not the answer. Okay, if that's you, you better get it together and stop doing that. And if it's your person, I'm sorry. Wait, I've got 3 more decks, and I think I'm going to do a part 2 because you guys, your attention span is just shite, and you can't watch anything past 30 minutes. So that being said, my name is Kat. This is my channel, Pure Premonitions. Please like, share, subscribe, hype it up, comment, do all of the things, because I love you and I love this collective and I want to keep this thing moving. So let's make more magic, and I'll see you in part 2.